welcome to the Darkstream. Vox Day, voxday.net, and unauthorized.tv. We got the unauthorized chat rolling. D Live is also going, so take your pick as to where to watch. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm very excited to see that Biden 5.0 has dropped. We have a new fake president. I think I've been very consistent with my assertion that the Biden administration is fake. Biden was not elected president. He did not win the 2020 presidential election. There's so many anomalies. We don't need to go through all that stuff again. But, just for me, you don't need to prove things beyond any shadow of a doubt when you're not in court. It's not like when your mother says, "I love you," you're like, "Well, where's the source? You're not a reliable source. There's no scientific evidence. How much does your love weigh?" It's nonsense. I mean, in your life every day, you have to make decisions about what is probably true and what is probably not true all the time. It's something that you have to do on a regular basis. And so, the more that you are capable of doing that, the more that you are able to understand that you don't have to base your beliefs on a legal standard. That's a category error. For me, the whole bit about Biden was two things. Number one, that midnight dump of the votes, where suddenly, the voting pattern completely took a jump. You've seen it. You've seen the image everywhere. And then, of course, the fact that in Minnesota, Biden got more votes than either Barack Obama or Hillary Clinton. That did not happen. There's no way it happened. Someone said, "Where's Biden 2.0 or 3.0? Well, I'm glad you asked. So here are 4 of the Bidens that we are supposed to believe are Joe Biden, the former U.S. Senator and Vice President from Delaware. In the upper corner is Biden 1.0. And then you've got below him Biden 2.0. The yellow one, I think, is Biden 3.0. And then Biden 4.0 is the one in the upper right corner. That's the one that we saw, or that we keep seeing standing around getting frozen. Coffee Grounds Bear has a question. I know this is a very stupid question. We'll see. Are there stunt doubles hired for Biden where they have to crap their pants? No, I don't think that they are hired in order to do that. I think that some of the stunt doubles are the same age. They're older, and they are simply that decrepit. And there may be masks involved. In some cases, there obviously are. Prosper Bear says they should have stuck with 2.0. He looks best for the part. Yeah, in fact, this is Biden 5.0, and I think that he's actually appearing next to 2.0. Now, I don't know how old that picture purports to be, but that looks more like, to me, that looks more like the Biden 2.0 than the Biden 1.0. It could theoretically be either, but in either case, the Biden 5.0 on the right is obviously neither of them. You know, now as to why they keep pushing these different Bidens out there on us, I don't know. Austin said, it seems like there are versions of Trump too. Very strange what is going on. Yeah, they're one of the more questionable conspiracy theorists, Benjamin Fulford. He's always talking about how the Japanese Yakuza are going to save the world, or something like that. But one thing that he did say that I think is probably confirmably true is that there are 3 different versions of Trump. We're only seeing 2 of them out in public, but neither of them are real. I mean, I don't know about you, but that mugshot was quite obviously not the same guy who got elected in 2016. It just, I mean, everybody was all impressed because, he looked so tough and rugged and that sort of thing. But it wasn't him. It flat out wasn't. Sam is correct that earlobes help give it away. What also gives it away is the teeth. Have a look at this. Look closely at the teeth. Now, it's possible that the image is reversed, right? But it doesn't matter whether it is or not, because look at the 2 front teeth, okay? Now, the Biden on the left, which we think is probably Biden 1.0, the Biden on the left, the 2 front teeth are even. The Biden on the right, the 2 front teeth are not even. The one, his on your screen, it's on your right, but it says his left front tooth. His left front tooth comes down a little bit further than the right front tooth. Now, that's highly unlikely. Also, if you look at the incisor, and I'm not sure what the tooth is called in between the front tooth and the incisor, but you can see that that the tooth in between the front tooth and the incisor sticks out a little bit, and and it's not as smoothly aligned as the one on the left. And so it's just quite clear. Bicuspid, yeah, okay. So his left bicuspid is observably different in the one picture from the other one. Now, I think that he's attempting to imitate the same sort of smile, but here's another thing. Look at the wrinkles coming down from the left eye where he's smiling. He's got different wrinkle lines. He doesn't have the same eye bags that Biden 1.0 does, and even though he's got his wrinkles on the left side of his eye, there's nothing coming down from the eye across the cheek, even though he's smiling more aggressively. Now, I also think that this might be a mask. This does not look, especially around the eyes, that does not look correct to me. But whether it's a mask or not, that is not the same person. No question at all. And, it doesn't take, and you can also see that the ears are different. Not just the ear lobe, but also the shape of the ears. And why do they do this? I don't know. I have no idea what they're attempting to accomplish with this. I don't know if it's the elite rubbing our faces in it. I don't know if Joe Biden died a while ago and they're just trying to keep the game going. Hard to say. Can masks have good facial hair? Yes. But where the masks with facial hair are going to give it away is if you see, if you see the facial hair looking, a mask's facial hair is going to be exactly the same from one day to the next, which does not obviously happen in the case of real hair. Maybe a test for how gone normies are. What would be the point? I mean, it's not like it tells them how many people believe that or not. Teeth get misaligned when you repeatedly fall on your face. Yeah, but not like that. I mean, there's a reason why dental records are used to identify people. And that's why if you're not sure that Trump is Trump or Biden is Biden, the two things that the first thing to look at obviously is eye color. It's amazing how many times they screw that up or just hope people don't notice. Or maybe they give them contacts and the guy forgets to wear them. It's really interesting too because there were some definite signs that Emmanuel Macron or someone playing Emmanuel Macron was wearing a mask the other night on French TV. Poll, of course, is all over this kind of stuff. And you could see on the video that you could see the latex pulling on his neck, in a way that human skin just doesn't. So there's something very strange going on, very, very odd. And we've known that since 2020. I think that COVID was part of it. It's obviously connected to what's going on in Taiwan, in the Middle East, in Ukraine and Russia. So, but in light of the complete failure of the peace settlement talks in Switzerland, which was kind of annoying with all the jets flying all the time. When you look at the way that clown world is just falling apart on every side, we don't know for sure what's going on with the USS Eisenhower, except for the fact that the U.S. Navy, after months of battle, has not been able to take control of the Red Sea. That's fascinating. I mean, this is the Navy that ruled the seas and enforced U.S. will all around the world, can't even control an important waterway. How are you supposed to believe that the U.S. Navy is going to defend Taiwan from China when they can't even control the Red Sea against the wishes of the Yemenis? Look at the collar of the fake Biden. There's some kind of skin colored, but looks artificial. Let's turn this on, see what. Oh yeah, if you look on the underneath the ear, just inside the collar, that I think that's more confirmation that we're looking at a mask. But like I said, on the basis of the teeth, we could be very confident that's not the same person. Some people even theorize that that the Biden with the freaky teeth with the yellow background there, some have even theorized that was Jim Carrey. which would be kind of fascinating. But, um, but you know, this is high weirdness, and you know, um, you need to be aware that things are not likely to progress smoothly and normally over the next few years. You know, COVID obviously was just one aberration. There's going to be others, and they're not necessarily going to be the same type of thing that we already saw with the COVID lockdowns, vax, whatever. It's probably going to be new and different stuff. But, you know, if I'm correct, and if the U.S. is in the process of breaking apart before a collapse in 2033, there's going to be a lot of developments. You know, there's going to be a lot of societal fractures. And so it's a very good time to make sure that you're not living in a place where things are likely to get difficult if the power goes out, or if the government transfers stop being paid. You know, the last 60 years have been the most divisive in human history. Families have been broken up in order to pursue economic opportunities. And I'm not talking about like marriage breakups, I'm talking about like families getting distributed all around the US. You know, the boomers adopting their whole kick everybody out at 18, getting away from the multifamily homes that had been, you know, a traditional reality for most of the planet, really. And then, of course, the largest invasion in human history. You know, there's never ever been a historical precedent for what we've seen since 1965 in the United States. So I'm not blackpilling here. I'm not doomsaying. The world's not going to end. The USA is not the world. The world survived the fall of the Roman Empire. The world survived the fall of the Spanish Empire. The world survived the fall of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. The world survived the fall of the British Empire, even though it was the empire in which the sun never set. So the world will survive the fall of the US Empire. Americans will survive the fall of the US Empire. They may even be better off. But change is coming, and the weirdness that we're seeing with Biden 5.0 being the putative head of the fake Biden administration is just another indication for why it's so important to keep your eyes open, to be conservative with your resources, to keep your friends and family close. You know, it's not all about, it's actually less about what people think about as, you know, classic prepping, you know, loading up on canned foods, guns, and, you know, bomb shelters. It's less about that and more about having the seeds of a community in your vicinity that you're a part of. And so, you know, this is why it's such a pity that so many of the men's clubs are gone, the Boy Scouts are gone, and so forth, because, you know, there used to be a structure, local structures that facilitated cooperation inside a community. Sports teams are probably among the last remnants, but even that's just the summer sports teams, because of course with the schools taking over sports, that helped prevent the community from controlling it. Anyhow, I'd encourage you to look for ways to create communities, create local ties, so that you have a web of of connections and support for when things get difficult. You know, maybe don't move away from your family to get a job that pays you $5,000 more. You know, you might find the utility of your family being nearby to be much more important now. That wasn't necessarily true in 1985, but it is now. Venomous assures us we will survive the Boomer Empire. Yes, we will. No question. So anyhow, that's really all I have tonight. It's just a short one. Not really a lot to say other than, you know, we're now on Biden 5.0 in the fake Biden administration. I have heard that he is going to be stepping down before the election. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. But we'll see. Q1882 says, Seas of Blood is so good. A small thing, but very uplifting. He's referring to the song about the Battle of Lepanto that I wrote and did the AI music for. That was kind of fun. I've got some other ideas that I'm working on, but nothing worth showing yet. Nothing worth playing yet. Anyhow, have a good evening. I'm Vox Day, and this is the Darkstream.